If you're here, you're probably dealing with a screaming baby right now. So, with that being said, I'm going to tell you about how me and my wife got through this, and hopefully, it helps you out. It's probably early in the morning or late at night for you right now, so I don't want to drag a video out way too long for you, but I do want to talk to you about what you're probably dealing with and pretty much how we dealt with it, and maybe something will help you. Okay, so you're probably having issues right now. You have a newborn or a very young child who is just screaming and crying and they don't want to go to sleep, and you're doing everything you can think of, right? Maybe you're making sure that you feed them, right? You're making sure that all the lights are low. You're going to bed at an early time. You're just doing whatever you've been told to do, and it feels like nothing works, right? This happened to me and my wife. It was told to us that it was colic. So colic is just when babies want to cry for just any reason at all. Maybe they just have gas, or they just don't feel good, or they just want to cry, and nobody knows why it happens or what you can do. There are some strategies that you can take to help yourself, but generally, I'm gonna kind of go over what worked for us, and it may or may not work for you, but I hope it helps you. So my daughter was born a little bit early, and we got home and everything was good for like the first week. We were fine. She was quiet and she slept and there was no issues. After that, though, it just became a challenge, and unfortunately, she just was not taking to breast milk well. She would throw up a lot. I mean, babies do throw up, but she would do it quite a bit. And for us, it just became a mission to find what formula would help her. And we were just trying all sorts of different formulas. So you may end up having to do something along those lines, just kind of, to see if it works. And if it doesn't, you just go to the next one. See if it works. And if it doesn't, you go to the next one. So one thing I will say is our doctor, her pediatrician, had free samples. So if you talk to your pediatrician, see if they have free samples. Some clinics do that, and then you can save some money, and also you can test stuff out and not really break the bank. So that is my first recommendation, but probably not helping you right now because you're probably, like I said, dealing with a screaming baby. So for us, we would sometimes get her down by 12. Sometimes I'd be up till 3, 4 in the morning bouncing. And luckily we were on leave, but it is a challenge. And when your kid is screaming, you want to help them. A couple strategies you can take. I would rock her. And I'm not talking about like rocking like this. I'm talking about like, bouncing, like holding her, but bouncing and kind of swaying and whatnot. And sometimes that would work. I would sing to her. Sometimes that would get her to go to sleep. So those are things that would eventually kind of help. But there would just be nights where no matter what I did, it just wouldn't help. And we just kind of had to hunker down and, just push through and deal with it. And that may be what you have to do, okay? So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Colic is hard. It's not easy. It's why people don't want babies, because they don't want to deal with the hard part. But I will say it doesn't last forever. Ours lasted maybe about 5.5 months from when she was born. So it was a hard 5.5 months. But after a few months, the colic wasn't as bad. Like it kind of started to get sorted out. So that's one thing you can do. You can do the bouncing. You can do the swaying. The singing helps. And I'm talking about soft singing, hushes and shh, stuff like that helps. Like shh, 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 stuff like that. You could try that. Another thing is having a low light setting and a low noise setting in the room that you're in is always a good thing. So don't have lights going, don't have sounds going. If you have other people in the house, just tell them, hey, keep it down. No TVs, no loud noises, just anything that's going to help not disturb a baby trying to go to sleep. Another thing that was a challenge is the relationship aspect, right? You want to blame each other. You can't blame the baby because it's just a baby, and your baby's crying, and you want to just be like, yo, stop crying, it's all your fault. But a lot of times you may lash out at your partner Me and my wife, we had a couple arguments in the middle of the night about why the baby was crying. And in reality, it was neither of our faults. It was just something that we had to deal with. So if you find yourself feeling like the blame game's coming along, just remember it's nobody's fault. The baby's just being a baby, and you as the parents just got to kind of push through. It's not easy, and I know it sucks. But at the end of the day, the baby will grow into a beautiful child, and I love my daughter. My daughter is all sorts of personality now, and we had to deal with the colicky part, and if I had to do it all over again just to get to where I am now, I would do it. So yeah, so there's that. And yeah, like I said, just be there for each other. Another thing you could do is tag in and tag out. So if you feel like you're getting upset or frustrated and your partner's doing better, hand the baby to your partner and be open about that. Say, hey, I'm having some trouble. I'm getting a little frustrated and angry and upset, and I'm having a hard time dealing. Can you take her or him, and I will come back and I will tag you out. And sometimes you have to do that too. So those are just strategies that you can employ, to help you out. Now, it's important to also talk to your pediatrician and talk to your doctor basically and just say, hey, here's a situation, baby's crying, what do I do? And a lot of times you think they're going to have the answer. We did. So we would talk to our doctor every visit. Hey, she's crying so much. What do we do? What do we do? And like, I'm going to tell you right now, the pediatrician's probably just going to say, you just got to deal with it. They're just going to cry. And it's kind of a disheartening thing to hear. And it may be, it may be something that you don't want to accept, but in reality, like I said, it's not going to last forever. And you just got to get through it. So, what are we at? 7 minutes. So like I said, I don't want to keep your time. You're probably with the baby right now. The baby's probably crying. Best of luck to you. If it's late and your partner is able to sleep while you watch the baby and trade in and out, do that. But be there for each other if you're in a situation where you can be. And if you're a dude like me, if you're a guy, don't make your girl go through this alone, dude. Like, keeping it real, do not do that because it's not fair. Like, it really isn't fair. Be there for her. I've heard too many stories of guys just like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. I'm asleep. It's a girl's job. It's no, dude. Colic is nobody's job. It's both of your jobs. So suck it up. Be a man. Help her out. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't last long. I've heard everything from 3 months to 9 to 10 months to a year. Hopefully you aren't in the year category. But if you are, just settle in and make it happen. Anyways, that's the video. I hope anything I said here helps you, and I hope you get through it. And just remember, it is not forever. It is only temporary, and when it does pass, you will have the coolest experience ever. You'll just wait and see. You'll see. Anyways, have a great rest of your night, day, wherever you're at, and I hope everything is going great for you. Take care.